episode, week, session 13, part 3. And we are following the adventure of Robin, Asham, Kresic, and Rakust, who have ventured to the woods to the east of formerly known as Giles Farmstead. And while hunting for some wolves, they've stumbled upon cats and little girls. And now, as they're all around the campfire, 3 wolves charge at them from the darkness. So, Rakust and Kresic, what was your plan? You hear this howl, and then a wolf comes charging from the north, and 2 of them come charging from the south, and they just come hurtling out of the darkness towards you.
I plan to wake up Asham and Robin? Yeah.
Okay.
Kresic's with me.
Who'd you wake up?
I guess I'll go to Asham first, because I guess he's closest.
So, Kresic, what do you do?
Well, Kresic, his first reaction is probably to arm himself. So to, hoist up his shield and take out his mace and prepare to smash some wolves, I guess.
Okay. So, I think as the wolves come charging out of the darkness, they get close, and Kresic, you're ready and armed. Asham and Robin, you've both been awoken by Rakust. He's standing over you, shaking you, and you see these dark, shaggy, grey.
It's time to hunt, my friends.
Come
wolves
charging out of the darkness, and I think Kresic, you would be the one to make an attack roll. So, do you want to go for the one coming from the north or the 2 coming from the south? And what are you attacking with? They charge out of the darkness. They move 80 foot and around. They're now 20 feet away. What do you do?
Well, are they about the same distance away?
There's a pack of 2 and a solitary 1.
Okay. I think. So how far away did you say they were?
20 feet.
Yeah, I think Kresic go for the singular.
Okay. And what, do you just run up and try hitting it?
Yeah, with a mace.
Okay.
I'll just run up and try and
just
smash it.
Make a mace attack.
Okay.
I'm already suspicious.
Okay. 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 So. 2. So what happens is you run up to this this wolf, and you take a swing at it with your mace, and it sails through the wolf. And as it sails through the wolf, all the fur just gets blown away, as though you're pulling a sheet off something. It just comes away with this horrible wet tearing sound, and then you see this dark shape underneath the fur, and it just looks like this inky blackness. And as you pull the fur from it, it begins to congeal and stand up, and then you see this dark red eyes glowing in the center, and it just reaches out towards you. So if everyone would be as kind to roll initiatives. There is 1 shadowy being to the north, and there are 2 wolves to the south.
Did his attack seem to be, did it land normally?
I mean, it sailed straight through the creature, and there was this tearing sound.
There was some impact thing.
Yeah, I mean, did it definitely, impact the thing underneath the fur of the wolf?
I mean, it seemed to injure it, yeah. I mean, as much as you can tell an inky black shape being injured.
Well, you can hear Asham going, "That's more like it's something to hit."
Did that work that time? Yeah, it did. Okay, cool.
Okay. So, Sham and Robin, you're awoken, and you have enough time to arm yourself before the melee ensues. So, The creature down to the south, the wolf, like lunges towards you, and as it does, you can see it like lifts off. What the hell happened there? It like lifts off the ground, and its fur just like billows back like the cape on someone that's like leaping, and then it just like floats away into the night sky, and you see this like black shape land on the ground with a not like a thud, but like a kind of a whoomph of like air moving, and then it just like opens its mouth, and you see inside its maw just this hot red furnace, and then it exhales towards you. Asham, Robin, and Rakust, I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's not a good icon.
And Asham.
I don't think that counts as danger sense, right?
No.
Okay.
So all of you like feel this hot air just rush over you, and then your eyes just begin to hurt. Blood begins to trickle down from them. You can feel it warm on your face, and everything just goes black, as though you've been enclosed by a great darkness. No longer can you see the stars above you, the trees around from you. It's probably very disconcerting for Asham and Rakust being dwarves to be in this utter darkness. You are completely blind. So Asham, what do you do?
I rage.
Against the rage of war. Okay.
Yeah, and in my blade rage, I go to where I've last seen the thing and smack wildly in its direction with my great axe. I assume at disadvantage being blind.
That is correct.
Yeah. I could, though, make this a rage-infused reckless attack, invoking advantage, making the disadvantage gone.
I think for this, I'm going to not allow you to do that, because being blind, attacks against you already have advantage. So you would be giving yourself advantage on attacks for advantage on attacks against you, but...
It would make it a moot point. That's why 5th edition's so simple.
So
you
either have advantage or you have disadvantage or not.
Yeah, so I think this is your attack has disadvantage.
Okay, no, it's fine. If you don't allow it, I'm fine with that. No, I'll keep my inspiration for now, though. So disadvantage check, I hit anyway.
Okay. So
measly
you feel
9
your
damage.
axe land on something in the darkness, and you hear like this.
And I howl with triumph.
This woofing sound, but you can't see any visible effect because you're blind. Yeah. Okay. So the other creature, like, does the same thing, but no one can see it because Kressik's fighting the one to the north. It like leaps forward. Its cape of wolf fur like billows off and sails into the night sky, and it attacks Sham.
Tries to.
Positive, I like it.
I'm a beefcake.
Oh,
ooh,
double
oh,
20s. It would have been a 20.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay. So you're raging, so you take half damage. So you take 5 points of damage as you feel this this utter cold bite into you, and then your flesh rips, and you suddenly feel exceeding heat like just course through your body. So it's like someone just ran up to you with an ice popsicle, ripped your skin open, and then you caught a flu.
Okay.
Kressik, what do you do?
Well, I'll probably hit it again. Like a good plan, considering my options. Alright.
Okay, so you slam your mace into the shadowy being, and it just like goes plof. It feels like you hit something, but you can't see like a visible effect to it. There's just like this shadowy form. Perhaps it looks like a little diminished, maybe a bit angry. Its burning coals of eyes just stare at you.
Almost like you're doing half damage.
Rakusta, what do you do?
So, no. As I was waking up Robin, this thing came up here and spit at me. And I can't see now, so I'm pretty not sure. I'm not sure what I should do, but since I can't see anymore, I'll probably try and head towards O and try to... Let's see. I'll strike it at it with the Warhammer.
The
Yeah,
special
Warhammer.
one.
No, I don't think.
Smithfire.
I don't know. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I guess I'll do Smith's Ire.
Okay. So it slams into O, and you feel a satisfying crunch as you pull the warhammer out the other side with this heavy glob of this being on it, and it just disperses into the air, and you see the creature where you hit it just has a hole.
Okay.
Though he doesn't see that, he's blinded.
Yeah, I hear the crunching.
So the audience
He
sees
could-
that, but all you feel is an impact. Like you hit a pillow.
I can hear, right?
But I mean, you hear the sound of whoop. Okay, so Robin, what do you do?
A question. At the end of their turns, do they get to save against being blind?
Nope.
Okay. So Robin shouts, "I don't need to see you to kill you. I'll let my righteousness deal with you." And before I strike, I hold up my rapier, and it glows with divine energy. And I'm activating my... I can't remember the name of it. Sacred weapon. So now my weapon is considered magical. Screw you, resistances. I'll
If you
reroll
were
that
to
one
hit.
because I'm a halfling.
Right. God bless halflings. It's only one roll though.
There we go.
So 27.
So either 22 or 21.
No,
no,
because you're
Uh,
rerolling the 11.
So,
22 to hit.
You pierce the creature, and as your vision returns to you, Robin,
7 damage.
you see it just expunge on the end of your rapier as light glows from it, and it just it seems like just smoke from a campfire rising into the night air.
This is why you brought me along. And
I
then,
can see.
how far can I run? I can't run up to Cressek, so I'll just
so-
run.
Either.
So Robin, move yourself back there. As the smoke rises up into the air, it begins to settle, and then there's just this ball of thick smog. Boop. And all objects inside that area are heavily obscured.
Okay. I'll definitely be leaving that area then.
So you stagger out of it as your vision returns to you. Okay. So, Kressik, you are violently assaulted. By
As
this,
always.
shadowy being. And it just rushes up to you, and you feel it pushing its way through the cracks in your armor. Asham, what do you do?
I
See
jump
again.
out of the smoke since I can see again, and I hack the thing.
Okay, go for it.
Mm.
Not that. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say not.
You
that.
just bury your.
And did I
axe.
mention I hack it recklessly?
Unfortunately, you did not. So
No,
you
I know, I
slam
know.
your axe down into the ground, and there's just this spurt of dirt and clod that sails up into the air. Okay. So I. Interesting.
Come on, hit me. This was the first time you actually hit me in 5 sessions, I think.
Okay. So I attacks you. Doop. It misses. So it like pushes against you, and all it feels like is like you're standing too close to a fire. But yeah, you're tough. You don't care much for it. Kresic, what do you do? It's back to you.
Oh boy. Oh, so many options. Yeah, I think Kresic realizes he's just sort of wailing into this thing, but he also knows he has not many other options, so he, holds his mace tight, says a little prayer to his angel of justice, and I'm gonna hope to hit it again and not roll a 4 for damage.
Okay, so you slam your mace into it again, and there's that sound when you hit a balloon and the air goes out of it. It's just like, and then you see this thing like becoming like more transparent, and you can see it almost looks like someone's got like a cellophane shape of a humanoid, and then pumped it full of like black gas, and it's just like squeaking out through a couple of holes. So, Rakust, what do you do?
Are you muted? Did you mute yourself? Because we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm muted. So I step out of the smoke, and I can't see neither Robin, but I can see slightly a bit of... who's Kay?
Our new friend needs help.
Kay
I'm
is
Kay.
Sham.
Kay is Asham.
Oh, Asham. Okay. I can see a bit of Asham, but I look at Kresic, and I see he's fighting one guy alone, and I'll stand over here because it's not max range. Oh, I can dash, right? Yeah, I can dash.
Yeah.
So I'll dash around here.
So, Robin,
Alright.
you'll go.
Yep, time to kill this thing. So, with my glowing weapon, I plunge it into the beast.
So you plunge your rapier into Eye, and it hisses with barely contained rage. And you see like this gout of smoke like blow out the back of it in true anime-esque fashion. It's like you stab your tiny rapier into it, and then there's just like a poof out the back of it.
If Hentai were here.
Asham, it's your job to finish it.
Okay. So Asham, can you please make an intelligence saving throw, and can everyone make a perception test? Rakust and Kresic have disadvantage.
I will invoke my inspiration on said intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
And perception.
And we can all have a moment to laugh at my terrible spelling.
Suspicion. What?
I know,
What is that?
my spelling sucks. It should be suspicion. Okay, so Robin, you're the only one to sight this, but
Okay.
up amid the trees, sitting on a dead owl, and just like swinging back and forth, you can see a tiny humanoid, maybe about the size of your hand, and it like is rubbing its hands together and smiling gleefully, and then it clicks its fingers, points at a Sham, and a Sham. You
I had advantage. 17.
you see on top of the shadowy creature this doll holding a sewing needle about 7 to 8 inches long, covered with this dark red substance at the end, and it like thrusts it towards you, and as it like plunges it into your abdomen, you just see the sewing needle like bend, and then as the sewing needle bends, it like travels back up the sewing needle until it reaches the doll, and then the entire like the entire doll just like bends in on itself like it's made out of cheap metal, and then just crumples into like a tiny tiny little spot and just disappears.
What the fuck?
So, D attacks Kresic.
Ouch.
And it like rakes its claws across you, Kresic, and you feel this deep
Shit.
chill
Ow.
as it like sinks through your flesh, and then your skin rips open. And it's not like it cuts through you and your flesh cuts as it cuts. It's like it rips through you, and then a couple seconds later your skin just opens up, and then you feel this hot flush just run down you. You immediately begin like sweating inside your armor. So you
Ouch.
take 10 damage.
Yep.
A shout.
1 HP, boys.
What'd you do?
Hype.
We haven't lost the level 1 yet, so don't worry, I've got this. So I'm aware of the tiny creature now.
Nope.
But-
only Robin.
Oh, the needle came out of nowhere for me.
No. The doll appeared on top of the beast that you're fighting, and then disappeared.
Okay.
It like
Yeah.
crumpled into itself.
Okay, no, I strike
The
at
tiny
the
creature
thing.
sitting on the owl is only known to Robin.
Okay, I strike at the thing on the shoulder, like diagonally, to hit the place where the doll was
Okay.
in my rage. Yes.
So you cleave through the creature, and it just like falls apart into this thick smog that sinks into the ground, and then begins to rise up around you, maliciously and menacingly.
I move out of the fog.
Boop.
Upstairs. 1, 2.
Okay. Kresic, what you do?
Well, that hurt quite a lot. So give me a second here. Okay. Let's have a look. Lay on hands can apply to myself, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
correct. Do.
Perfect.
If I might
Yeah.
give you a tip, always keep 1 charge in case you need to revive someone. Came in useful last time.
Well, we've got 2 paladins now, so
Yeah, but what if the other one dies?
that's true. Yeah, it is an action. But I also don't want to die. What if this thing doesn't?
Full ham. You won't die if it's dead.
It's up to you.
Very
It's your
well.
thing.
That's inspirational enough.
What would Kresic do?
Kresic, his flesh has just been rended by some kind of shadow beast, and he grimaces, holds his mace even tighter, and says, "By Thrantio, judge of the damned, I smite at thee!" And he attacks with his mace. Woo, big damage. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so you
5 damage.
You slam your mace into the creature, and it just like bulges, and it begins just venting gas like a punctured tire, and it's just this black, thick smoke just rising out from it on all sides, and you just see inside this smoke just these pair of red burning eyes glaring at you with pure hatred.
Good.
Rakust, what you do?
Kill it.
So I'm gonna move 5 feet back and gonna strike at it with Smith's Ire, Blacksmith's Ire. That's the name, right? Yeah,
Yep.
the Smith's Ire. Fuck.
Okay.
I heard
so,
sorry.
so what happens is you're spending too much time trying to figure out the name of your weapon, and you just like stand there befuddled for a couple seconds, and then you remember, oh yeah, I meant to attack, and you just kind of whiff, just goes woof.
Yeah, seems correct.
Okay, so Robin, what do you do?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and step out of this smoke, and then I'm gonna whip out that crossbow and take a shot at this little fella on an owl.
Okay. So, You hit the small creature atop the owl, and there's just like the twang of your bow, and then the bolt sails towards it, and then it hits it, and the thing just gets hit straight in the chest, clutches at the bolt, and goes. Do any of you speak Sylvan? It
Nope.
says something very short, one word, in a language that none of you understand, that sounds a lot like an expletive.
Starts with F and ends with ak.
No, it starts with and ends with and then it just like plummets from the owl, hits the ground, and all at once a number of things begin happening. The shadow beast that Kresic and Rakust are fighting just looks with pure hatred at Kresic, and it says something. Again, I think in a language that no one speaks. But let me just.
Well, what
check.
is it first?
Do
That's the
any
real
of you
question.
speak Ignan? The language of
No, we don't
fire.
speak the elemental languages.
Okay, so it says something in a language which none of you understand, looks very angrily at Kresic, and then just begins to like pour into the ground, and where it hits the ground, like you see the grass like cooking and melting and like bending backwards. And in a matter of seconds, before you have time to do anything, it just disappears, and there's this smouldering burn in the floor where it was. The next thing that happens is you hear the sound of a wolf baying in the distance, just like ah, ah, ow! And this is like, a mile away or something. And then you hear it being answered by another wolf, and then you hear the
That's
chirping of a bird. And you see just falling from the trees, just these birds just falling and hitting the ground with these kind of wet squelches. And you begin to see like woodland critters just come crawling out from behind trees. And like you see a squirrel with a nut just nibbling at it. And all around on the trees, you can see these runes that have been carved into the wood that simply weren't there earlier, and it looks like the same rune carved on every tree, as if done by a very small creature. So it's like very fine lines, but once you spot one of them, you can spot them everywhere. And in a matter of minutes, the forest is once again alive with the sound of music. The fight's over.
Nice. Sheathe my weapon, go back to the camp and go, right, now we can get some bloody sleep. Did the wolves, not wolves, I should say, did they leave
bodies...
any...
No.
No,
the
they
only
just...
evidence of any fighting in this area is the corpse of the tiny little creature with a bolt sticking out of its chest, and the
Question.
the one where the shadowy creature disappeared and it like fell into the ground and there's like a scorch mark there. The wounds that exist on you are still there.
Question. Do I recognize the small creature as the one on Belheim?
I mean, it seems very familiar to you, yes.
Yeah. So I've got like the little fairy folk, whatever he is, on the crossbow bolt, and I bring it back to everyone at the camp and go, right, that was your problem. Pixies or whatever you want to call them.
How about
you can see that this small creature has like a almost like a crown of thorns around its head, but it seems to be made out of like silver wire, and it's got very large brown feathers, like tawny brown feathers, like on its back, and they seem quite large. Can I have an intelligence check from you, Robin? Because I believe you may actually recognize them. Yeah. You're not sure how you recognize them, but there's something that nags at you when you see them. Something that nags at you very... Like you've got something underneath one of your nails and you just can't get it out. It just begins to irritate you.
I've at this point started my mumbo jumbo again.
What, Ashen, what are you doing?
Psst.
Right, whatever. Rakus, it's still your watch. Wake me up in about half hour.
Okay. Now I'm awake. Now I'm not half asleep.
But before I like put my stuff down and get ready to go into the bedroll and go, actually walk up to Kresic, and I'm guessing you probably healed yourself, Kresic, a bit, but you're not fully healed.
Well, I can only heal 5 points, so I might just do that.
So you still got a bit of an injury on you, so I see that before I get into the bedroll, and I walk up to you and put my hand on your shoulder, and as I'm doing so, you feel yourself like regaining the hit points again. I go, I did well. Anyway, keep an eye out.
Right. So just letting you know, because you have to keep track of how many points are in your pool, right?
Yeah, I just take
that
away
would be
5.
Yeah, that'd be 5.
I like how he doesn't heal me because fuck that dwarf.
you make a like a quirk as I'm like climbing into the bedroll and go,
No, I'm
you'll
doing
be
my mumbo
fine. You're
jumbo.
hardly scratched, Asham.
Okay. So, is there any, like... Oh, wait, no, Asham, you begin casting Speak with Animals?
Yeah.
Yep. Does anyone do anything in the next 10 minutes, other than go to bed or take watch?
Nope.
Okay, so after 10 minutes, Asham, you finish casting your spell, and you can hear the sounds of animals around you. And it all seems very, very normal. I mean, perhaps maybe not to you, because speaking to animals isn't normal. This is a recent evolution of your power, but
Yeah.
like they're saying things like, "Ooh, I need a mate. Need a mate. Ooh, I need a mate. Ooh, where's the food? Where's the food? Oh,
I
I'll find
pick
the food.
out
I'll
the
find the food.
nearest
Ooh, I'm going to eat you.
squirrel or
No,
bird.
don't eat me."
I pick out the nearest squirrel or bird and either naggle or whistle at it to get its attention.
Hey,
Whatever
comes
it is.
over, interested by the talking dwarf. It's like, oh, how big?
It's a squirrel or a bird now.
I think it's an owl. It's like an owl.
Okay,
and
it's an
standing
owl.
on one foot, looking at you
That's
with its
good.
like eyes.
Owls are
'Cause
quite
it's still
smart.
the middle of the night. I mean, the squirrels emerge and then go to bed.
I'm like, hey, mister, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
You've been not here moments ago, right?
Oh, what?
Do you know anything about those little... I point at the pixie corpse. About this thing?
Oh, nope.
Well, great. You've been not much of a help. Anything else?
You have a beard.
I know, it was longer once. Wolves?
And it like looks
know of
away
wolves?
to the distance and goes, ooh, and flies away. Just like,
Okay.
do you
I
go up
ask him
to
goes
the
to
next
sleep.
animal and repeat the process?
Yeah, I asked the next bird if there's wolves around and if they're dangerous.
Give me a
Intelligence?
Give me a persuade check.
Can I
give me
intimidate
the-
instead?
No, give me a persuade check and give me a intelligence saving throw.
6 and 8 on the intelligence.
Okay. So it goes,
Not good.
ooh, I'm going to kill you. Ooh, and it flies away.
Fuck. I know Robin would kill me if I wake him, so I go to bed and tell him in the morning.
Okay.
So, what's over?
So the rest of the night passes without any instance, and you wake up in the morning, probably
Does
very
it count as rested?
probably very tired and grumpy, but you gain the benefits of the long rest because you actually managed to deal with it. If you had been kept getting woken up, I probably would have given you exhaustion or something, but you managed to catch the end of your rest, and you wake up, you're a bit grumpy, you cook some breakfast on the campfire, and the day is ready to get going, so what's the plan? Asham, you approach Robin?
Yeah, I tell him that I don't think this is over. I've been my mumbo jumbo. I've been talking to an owl last night, and there again it told me it wants to kill me for the master.
Right. Well, animals are animals. They probably want to kill everyone. That's just the way of nature. But, could also be bad. Anyway, we got this body of a pixie or whatever you want to call it. That's kind of proof, but we should definitely look out for some big wolves. Let's check out the tree first before we head on out.
The question is, do we look for wolves now, like normal wolves, or was it just this thing in the first place?
I mean, hell, we'll find out when we get to the
We
next
heard
area.
howling after we killed the pixie, so
Yeah,
there's
but
probably
they came
some
at
wolves
us
around.
last night and looked like wolves. Maybe that's
Yeah,
what
but-
happened.
No,
No,
when we
but-
find out. Anyway, I think we should check out the tree first. Let's go back
Okay.
a little bit.
Are you
So,
saying
yeah,
we should return without anything? I thought we would
No.
receive a reward. So
I'm
even
saying
if
let's
these
kill
wolves
stuff.
aren't dangerous, we should go after them.
So yeah, we'll go back to that creepy tree that we found the cat at first, just that was nearby in the same area. I bet you it's disappeared.
So you go back to the tree, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think when you return to the tree, you see a cracked and blackened tree. The area around it, the ground is just like dark, and it looks like all the plants around maybe 100 or 200 feet around are just dead. There's not like a clear border, but they all just begin to like decay and wilt away as it gets close. And as you walk, there's this crunching sound of like tiny little bones of like critters underfoot. It's not like a carpet of them, but there's enough so that like every couple steps there's a crunch. And when you get to the tree itself, you can see that the branches are completely bare. They're like completely devoid of anything. And inside the tree itself, it is, as I said before, this like 15 foot wide like
Tree cave.
tree cave thing. Asham, could you give me a nature check?
I'm not really a nature. Okay.
okay.
Today, let me roll all the stuff I don't know. I think.
Okay. And Asham, could you give me a perception check?
Awesome. Not of my. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you see a couple of things. The first and most obvious thing we will start with, you see a large snake, maybe about the same length as you, and it's just like hanging inside the tree. It's wrapped around a like little branch that looks like it's coming off a sapling, but it's not like jutting out of the bottom where the ground is. It's like jutting out of the side of the tree where there's like a little pocket of soil. And it's just sprouting out, and it looks like a small sapling, but it's got this big green apple on it just hanging there, which the serpent's just wrapped around. You also see a couple of like patches of moss that are like clinging to the inside of the tree, but to your eye it doesn't seem natural. They seem like they seem
Weird.
like, I guess the best way to say is they're not like perfectly circular or irregularly circular. They have like a clear mark where they end, almost as though they've been shaped, and it looks like they're more like kind of pockets where something would sit inside. And there's like several of them at varying heights up the interior of the tree. And the snake seems to be like asleep. Its eyes are closed, and it's just like hanging there. The
Those
snake itself is just green and dark green, like crisscross triangle diamond pattern.
Two questions. First, the sapling. Does it by chance look to be made of ever-burning wood?
No, it looks like kind of greeny white wood.
Okay.
Very fresh sapling. It doesn't
And
look
those-
old enough to sprout any apples. And there's just
Okay,
like a
and-
single leaf like sprouting off it, and this big heavy green apple hanging there.
Those pockets, would they be big enough for one of them pixies to nest, sleep, or sit inside?
I mean, yeah. Pixies are like the size of your hand, so these things seem big enough to like put human-sized objects in. So it literally could like be a hammock for a fey creature.
Okay.
So who wants to go and get the apple first?
How about we go and chop that snake first?
Yeah.
A snake and an apple. This worked so well last time, right?
Yeah, I have had enough of this. I work myself up into a tiny anger and approach the snake to chop it in rage, if you let me.
Wait, hang on. We could just, it's asleep. Why wake it? Just kill it in its sleep.
That's what I was going to do.
Well, if you go in out there all big and angry, you're gonna wake it up.
I can be silently angry.
So I think while you're arguing about how you should be best
Thanks,
quiet,
Joe.
the snake like wakes up, and it, like its eyes open, and it kind of like drops off where it's hanging and just begins slithering out of a crack in the tree away from you.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
don't
say
have to
fu-
deal with a snake. We can just get the apple now.
I'm enraged and I go after the snake, preparing to chop it.
Okay, just give me an initiative roll, and we can see if it even injures you.
I can't. I don't have a token.
Just
I'll select
roll
the party
initiative.
token
You know how you, yeah. Like, thank you.
Oh,
What did people do before Roll20? Wow. Mhm. Um, cool. 18 from you. Okay. Cool. So it's like it like slithers away, and as you like come up behind it with your axe,
Actually,
it like
I have a 22. It doesn't add my modifier.
your dexterity's what, 18?
Yeah, I have a +4, so it's 22 as well.
Okay. So yeah, you get up to it, and you see it like spin round and like coil to bite you, but you're quicker than it, so you get to act.
Yeah, I smash it.
So your axe cleanly chops off its head, and the tail of it like flops around, splurting blood, and collapses on the side. It's dead.
I'm happy about that, and I approach the sapling and prepare to chop that down.
Asham, take the apple off it first.
You can take the apple off the sapling when I'm done with it, or
You don't want to damage the apple.
how thick is the sapling tree branch where the apple
It's
is on?
like maybe the size of your pinky. It's
Yeah,
like-
I
it's-
chop
it's
so
very, very.
that the thing's gone. I
new.
chop the sapling
Do you like do a big exaggerated swing, or do you just pull out a knife? and go,
sideways,
"Snip"?
just like felling a tree. I chop the sapling.
I hop and catch the apple as it falls.
Okay, so you chop the tree, and the apple falls into your hands, Robin. The sapling, like you cut it. As the apple falls into your hands, Robin, it feels very cold to the touch,
hmm
and it doesn't feel like the flesh of an apple. It feels more kind of like glass.
I bite it.
No,
So, as you bite it,
idiot.
you feel this like explosion of juice in your mouth. Like it felt like glass before, but like as you
Oh,
bite into it,
yeah.
it just feels like really juicy, and you feel like this cool apple juice like running down your throat. And as you do, you just feel really good. Like your skin suddenly has like this happy glow. Your hands just. Your nails seem perfectly manicured, your hands nice and clean. You see like dirt falling off you, and maybe like a little bird comes along and picks up like a caterpillar that was on you and flies away with it.
I just look over at Asham, who's going like, no, and I go, what? It's just an apple. It's a pretty good apple, actually. Anyway,
Does only see that he see that he's shiny now, or do every one of us see that?
Everyone can see it. There's clearly a magical effect going on beyond a simple apple.
okay.
Well,
Do it.
that's not a normal apple.
No, it's not. But, I mean, it's an apple. What can you do with it other than eat it?
Does the apple have any seeds?
So
I
I
sort of-
think as you like look at the apple that you've just taken a bite out of, the skin of it's like this perfect green, and it still feels very cold and cool. And if you like click your nails on it, it makes like a sound like glass. And inside, it's just like this perfect white like flesh, and it doesn't seem to have any interior. It doesn't have any seeds or any core. It's just like
I sort of break it in half.
As you break it in half, it resolves into two glass like small bowls, each of them filled with like a kind of pale white shimmery liquid.
Well,
I
then
go,
give it here.
That's
I drink
interesting.
one.
Yeah, I drink one, and I as you're coming in, I go, yeah, sure.
Oh God, this is gonna be bad.
Okay, so Robin, you drink the rest of it, and Asham, you drink the rest of it, and Asham, you just feel invigorated. The same thing that happens to you, Robin, but Asham, you feel invigorated, and you know the cuts where you slept them off last night. You look over at them, and you can't even see a scar. They've just completely sealed. Your flesh is
Grow
clean,
back a
and
bit.
you probably smell slightly like lilacs. Your beard is like perfectly manicured. And perhaps you notice that it's got like a bit shorter, where it's like been pseudo trimmed. Your hair has like a kind of coconutty smell. Your clothing is all very fresh and feels like the hide shirt you're wearing just feels like soft linen on your skin.
I don't like this.
Your nails perfectly manicured.
I look
Asham, you
around at
pretty
the
as a picture.
pocket things.
Yeah, what's in these little things?
Do they look filled? Is there something inside?
So looking through the little pouches, you find various things like little bones and twigs. You find like a little kind of like moss sleeping bed, and you can see like a tiny little thimble with like a little glowing pebble in it that kind of looks like a lamp. But in one of the pouches, you find two rolled up parchments.
I roll one up.
Unrolling it, you can see obviously magical writing. It's arcane in nature. Don't suppose you speak Draconic?
Nope.
No. So you see some magical writing, various arcane symbols.
Any way I can decipher this?
Make an Arcana check.
Yeah, please. Let this gonna be good.
No.
13?
No.
No. Okay.
It's definitely magical.
Right, cool. So we got 2 magic scrolls. Wicked. Do we feel like we've like searched all of these pouches now?
Yeah. You've searched through them, and that's all you found.
Right. Well, that's that done with. I suggest we move on. But first, I'm gonna pull out a flask of oil, shall we?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I rip off a little bit of my cloak at the bottom and go. Already this cloak's looking shite. Poke it into the flask so that it soaks in the oil. And just put it at the base of the tree, like outside onto the base, and go. Right, let's get walking. I'll select this aflame. And I just get my tinder and just get the little cloth aflame. And
I take the other 2 by the arms. Come with me. Last time it didn't work so well, and drag them along.
We're not in a napalm forest of mushrooms. Don't worry. It'll burn a few trees.
Okay, so
We're
you
in the
light the
forest.
oil and toss it in the tree, and it like catches fire, and you see like the bottom of the tree burning, and it doesn't burn very quickly or rapidly, and it just kind of crackles. And after a little while, the oil like is obviously no longer like putting fuel to the fire, and it all just kind of like dies down until like there's a couple of splittering flames, and you hear the sound of wood cracking, and then the tree just kind of collapses where the fire's like burnt it at the base, and it just like collapses down on itself like a power plant chimney stack, just going.
And 11.
I don't look at the explosion.
We
don't look at the
explosions.
So you could say, oil melts wooden beams.
Yeah, oil melts wooden beams. It's official, guys.
What is
Evidence
my
right
life?
here.
What is my life?
Illuminati confirmed.
So
I guess we're heading on out.
okay. So with that caper done, what's the plan?
To head south.
I look at the others and say, this was a weird night. I want to really hit some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we're not sleeping in this forest again. We're going to sleep on the hills down that way that we saw as we entered the forest.
I personally feel concluded that this, whatever it was possibly responsible for the trouble.
We're
just
going to
check
look
the
for the
forest out
wolves.
anyway. I mean, we're here anyway.
We're going to look for the wolves now.
Yeah, let me find trouble, please.
We'll just check out this forest. So, southeast. So I'd like to go bloop. that way.
Bear in mind two moves.
Yes, so two actions to go that way.
Okay, so roll a d100. Roll a d100.
Yes, because
And are you looking out for anything in particular as you're walking along?
trouble.
Wolves.
So I
Wolves,
think
dead things in trees.
So I think as you
Pixies.
like rampage through the forest, nothing untoward seems to occur, and everywhere you see these dead birds like on the ground where they've fallen from the hanging branches, and you hear the sounds of howling wolves coming from the west, just like howl, and every now and again an answer. It's not that common because it's like midday, but
Yeah.
you hear them over the course of the hours.
Is it further than 1 mile?
Indeterminate distance.
Okay.
All right.
So presuming nothing happens on those 2 rolls, we'll use our last. Oh, does something happen?
Nothing.
Oh no. Okay, so we'll
Completely
use our
normal.
last 2 actions to leave the forest and enter the hills up here.
Okay, roll a d100, roll a d100. Kapow.
Why don't we check out the last deep forest tile? Because
We will,
that's
but we're not going to
probably
sleep in the
where
forest again. We're not going to.
No, it's gonna be night ride. Too terrible.
Okay, so and you spend the night making a safe camp?
Last action to make a safe camp.
Okay. So as you settle down to have a nice night's sleep, who's on first watch?
I take first watch.
Okay, so everyone else goes to bed, and you're reasonably safe and sure that nothing will bother you. And this is the end of the 3rd night, isn't it?
Yeah.
I am counting right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
So Asham, could you roll a d100 for me?
Is this for weather?
9.
9.
No, I mean yes, but 9.
Okay. Okay, so Asham, as you're sitting there on this log, staring out into the forest, you hear the howling of wolves coming from the west, and then you see like something moving in the darkness, or at least you think you do.
Was it what kind of figure was it? Was it a humanoid or a...
You're
Or-
not sure. You
Or a cat.
just this sense of movement, like as though a
I
dark
look for
shape
a-
had just like.
I look for a
Pass.
nearby stone.
Yep.
This was a safe camp, man.
I look for the nearby stone
You
and
find the
wait
nearby
until
stone,
whatever happens. And wait.
So I think that's how the next person on watch finds you when they wake up. There's just a Sham sitting there with a pebble in his hand, staring at the darkness.
No.
Might-
When Asham throws a stone, it's a stone.
Oh right. So we just see a Sham holding like this small boulder as the next person wakes up, and then we swipe to the next morning. So who's navigating when the morning comes?
Asham.
Yeah,
Okay.
athletics.
Okay, so the sun comes up on the horizon, and you all feel very happy. Yeah, nice night's sleep, pleasant almost.
Except for Asham, because he.
No, I played by... I proudly in the morning at breakfast, I tell Robin, I followed the rules. I picked up a massive stone, and they didn't even dare to come close.
Good boy. I think
So,
Obviously,
that should always be the rule.
so
Like
as the sun begins to rise in the sky, you can see this kind of grey haze over everything. A thick fog is like rolled in, and the sun is no longer this like burning sphere in the blue sky. It's just like this light in the smog, this thick greyness.
I suggest we look at the last bit of forest for
Yeah.
wolves. And if not, we find trouble, my friends.
Yeah, man. Asham, lead us
Um,
as angrily as possible. Like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
roll an athletics.
When we go to the forest, I just charge along, great X left, great X right. I am
That's
mad.
3 encounters we can give.
No, first I would like a double movement to and into the forest, or how?
Into the forest doesn't count as 2. It's out of the forest counts 2.
Okay.
Just
So-
as a point, if you like move into the forest, you're using double movement, that'll be a half action, like half a move. But because it's in a forest, you'll then have to roll a d100 and then spend one of your double moves to get out.
Okay, no, then we went normal move to go into the forest, so we saved the travel action,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
So you move into the
Yeah,
forest.
Do
Oh,
we
it's 100?
do we want to look for trouble? Would that possibly would that be random encounter, or if you would have said to plant a pack of wolves, do we find them with the travel action?
Look for trouble as a random encounter.
Okay,
Like if
so we
you're
don't want
trying to hunt the wolves in particular,
Yeah.
you might trust that the GM has wolves on the random encounter, or
Yeah.
you might just encounter something completely bogus and be like, "What the fuck?"
I think,
No!
Mike,
Okay.
do one looking for trouble in the thick forest and one looking for trouble in the non-thick forest.
Okay, so we go into the forest, I guess, and do look for trouble.
Well, first
Roll a
a
d100 first. We might
Oh
find
yeah,
trouble
D100
anyway.
first, yeah.
Yeah, we might find trouble anyway.
We'll find trouble twice.
Four.
Fuck it. Give us trouble, Asham. Give us trouble.
Okay, so you use the looking for trouble travel action.
Yeah,
Excellent. knew
as I said,
someone
I
would.
go through the forest chopping left and right, and I'm angry.
We're just attacking the forest now.
Okay, roll a d100.
By the way,
Forest
we
creatures need justice. That's what they need.
32.
You want to roll high for hard encounters?
we completed the rest, right? So
Yes.
Cressy
Yeah, long
killed.
rest. You're all good.
He died, right?
Yep, you're all dead.
No,
You're
you're-
Cressik's full HP.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're not looking for trouble on half health. That'd be terrible.
Just making sure.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Come on.
Last time we had such luck with our encounter rolls. We made the merchants from the place where we were going and stuff.
No,
this
yeah.
time it's not. This time it's full of intelligence roll fails.
It's okay.
The
We'll
sessions of
forcefully
failed
give
intelligence.
justice to whatever we're fighting.
I like
Forest itself.
Okay.
The forest needs justice, and we're gonna give it to them.
Okay. I like it when a plan comes together.
this. Blushy looks so happy again. I don't like this.
Tell us his wolves.
Okay. So you know when you just like, yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Five
That'll do, pig.
wandering orc bands.
It's
I'm all up for wandering orc bands.
the pig from the movie Babe.
10 wolves. Bring 'em.
No problem.
No problem. Let's go.
Carl, this time stay near the rest of us, just to be safe.
So you're walking through the thick forest. The mist all around you. It's hard to see where you're going. And you're just like walking. And then as you pass by one of these great trees, something happens.
Only one. These numbers.
Yeah. It's...
What do they mean? He keeps rolling. He just doesn't stop.
It's fine. I want
Like-
trouble. I want a lot of
It's
trouble.
like watching a seer interpret bones. Like, "Mwah, they have fallen in this direction.
No, he's actually not rolling. He's looking in his coffee rest thing in the mug.
My coffee is rather tasty.
He's like looking at the tea to see what the
Yeah, the
the
tea leaves.
future holds for us.
14 dragons.
No, the 23 was the number.
The 14 is the initial damage to you, so you're dead.
Yep, rip.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, it is big. See, no, it's just one dragon. One giant dragon.
I like that you have 0 hit points on your token, Kresic.
Oh yeah,
Just
wonderful.
saying.
So, what happens is, you walk by a tree, and the thick fog is all around you, and then you just see this massive shape bound out of the out of the mist, and then Kresic, as you turn to your right, you just see this shape bound towards you with this massive maw, and just clamp down on your shoulder, and then lift you off your feet, shake you, and drop you. And then it like turns to it turns to Robin and just goes, and you can see, wreathed in fog, a massive wolf, easily 10 feet from head to rump, standing probably taller than the 3 non-humans amongst you. And Kresic, it definitely stands taller than you because you're unconscious on the ground. It's got his blood in its fangs, and it has these hard, like, calcifications on its shoulders, where, like, it almost looks like a cracked bone is just jutting out of its fur. It snarls and attacks. So if you could be so kind as to roll initiatives.
And Robin does a quick glance to Asham and sort of does this face like, "Oh, good." I was like, "We didn't do a very good job of protecting him."
Asham doesn't care. Asham says that's more like it.
I assume Kresic doesn't need to roll initiative, correct?
He
You
does
do, because
for
you have to make
saving
death
throws.
Ah.
Also,
So
again, you
when
still
you-
have inspiration.
Just to fill you in on what happened there, a large wolf snuck up on you, got a surprise attack, and just ripped you apart.
I like that you picked the level 1 character, the single level 1 character that you can
I
one
rolled
hit.
randomly. I rolled
He
randomly.
rolled a
I know.
d4, and it
I know,
Oh,
but
D4
it-
was who it was. Ah.
It was perfect because we decided we have to protect our level 1 guy.
So, with your initiatives rolled, I think now's a good time to take a break, and we'll hop back in
Oh.
5 minutes for the thrilling conclusion.
Okay.
Because
tuned.
fuck you, YouTube.
Don't lose next episode.